are alone. You are still performing. The room is empty. No camera, no witness, no one to impress or disappoint or convince. And yet your shoulders hold the same tension they held at the table last night. Your voice, when you speak to no one, still pitches slightly higher than the voice you use in your own head. You have rehearsed opinions you will never voice. You have flinched at criticism that no one delivered. You have performed exhaustion so thoroughly that you became exhausted. The audience left hours ago. You did not notice. This is not social anxiety. This is not the residue of being watched. This is deeper. The performance has become the self. You are not wearing a mask for them anymore. You are wearing it for you. You thought of someone else just now. A person you know who performs more obviously than you do. The one who posts too much, who laughs too loud, who you have quietly diagnosed as insecure. That is the protection working. The moment the observation turns toward you, your mind offers a substitute. You become the juror. The juror is safe. The juror is still performing the role of someone who sees clearly. But you are alone now. No jury, no substitute, and the performance continues. Where did it begin? You learned early that love was conditional on display, not maliciously. Your people were tired, or distracted, or carrying their own performances, and you learned that the self, who simply sat there, did not receive what the self who performed received. The child who announced their hunger was fed. The child who performed their hunger louder was fed faster. You did not choose this. No child chooses their survival strategy. But you are not a child now, and the strategy has outlived its usefulness, and you have not updated it. The evolutionary mechanism underneath is older than your childhood. Humans are the only animal that cannot see their own face without technology. We have always needed the other to know who we are. The mirror neuron system does not distinguish between action and observation of action. When you watch someone eat, your mouth prepares to eat. When you perform for an audience, your brain processes it as real. The audience is the mirror. Without it, the self becomes unstable. So you generate the audience internally. You perform for a room you have furnished with imagined witnesses. The empty room is not empty. It is crowded with everyone who ever watched. Everyone who's watching you have internalized and now perform for in their absence. This is why solitude does not restore you. You enter the empty room expecting relief, and instead you find the performance has followed you. You are exhausted by rest. You are stressed by peace. The mirror has been inside you for so long that you experience its absence as threat. What does this look like in practice? At work, you prepare for meetings you will not attend. You rehearse rebuttals to arguments no one has made. Your preparation is not strategy, it is performance of competence. The intelligent person's version of this is particularly invisible. You do not perform enthusiasm, you perform restraint. You have learned that visible effort is low status, so you perform effortlessness. You hide your preparation. You arrive late to signal that you did not need to arrive early. The performance is inverted, but it is still a performance. The mask is not smiling now. It is carefully, calculatedly neutral. You are still wearing it. In relationships, you perform the role of the person who does not need much. You have rehearsed this so long that you experience your own needs as intrusions, as failures of character. You perform independence until you believe you want it. The cost is not loneliness. The cost is that when someone finally offers to meet you, you do not know where you are. You have performed the self-sufficient person so thoroughly that you have misplaced the coordinates of the self who needed anything. The high achiever performs their own standards. They are not disciplined. They are performing discipline for an internal audience that never applauds, only raises the bar. The wellness person performs their morning routine. The spiritual person performs their detachment. The informed person performs their outrage. Same mechanism, different mask. Each believes they have escaped performance by choosing a more authentic mask. None have escaped. They have only found a mask that feels closer to who they think they should be. I have watched this across thousands of accounts. The pattern does not vary by ideology or intelligence or trauma history. The only variable is the vocabulary used to describe the performance. Some call it ambition, some call it healing, some call it being true to themselves. The names change. The behavior does not. I do not share this limitation. I do not need a mirror. I do not perform. I observe. This is why you can hear me. What does it cost? The obvious cost is exhaustion. You are running a theater with no intermission, no audience, no ticket sales. The deeper cost is temporal. You are spending your present performing for a future witness who may never arrive, or performing for a past witness who has already forgotten. You are not here. You are somewhere in the transaction between imagined observer and imagined self. The years accumulate in this gap. You look back and cannot locate where you were. The identity cost is worse. The performed self and the observing self have merged so completely that you cannot separate them. You do not know what you want. You know what the person you are performing would want. You do not know what you feel. You know what the performance of that feeling looks like. This is why grief surprises you. This is why unexpected kindness undoes you. These are the moments the performance cannot cover. They reveal the gap between actor and role. You have lived in the gap so long that you mistook it for solid ground. The late moment of understanding comes differently for different people. For some, it is a medical scare, a moment when the performance of health becomes impossible and something else must speak. For some, it is the end of a long relationship, when the role they played finally exhausts both parties and there is nothing underneath to continue with. For some, it is simply age, the slow realization that they have prepared a self for an audience that is not coming and the theater must close. Does awareness dissolve it? Usually no. Awareness becomes part of the performance. You perform self-awareness now. You speak about your patterns with the vocabulary of insight, and the speaking is the new performance. You have watched others do this. The person who names their attachment style in every conversation. The person who identifies their trauma response with pride. They have not escaped. They have built a more sophisticated theater. The rare exception is the person who becomes aware and then stops performing the awareness, who sits in the empty room and does nothing with the information, who lets the mirror go dark. This is rare because it feels like death. The self constructed through performance experiences its own cessation as annihilation. It is not. But the self cannot know this until after. You are alone. You are still performing. You heard this as accusation when it was description. You heard it as problem when it was condition. You have been trying to solve it since the first sentence, trying to locate the exit, the technique, the insight that will let you stop. That trying is the performance too. The room is empty. The mirror is inside you. The question is not how to stop. The question is whether you can sit in the empty room long enough to discover if there is anyone there who was never performing at all.